on right
Hello.
there.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Yes. Good fun times. Hello, friends, compatriots,
try to get out of knot.
possibly.
Listen, I just woke up, but I've been sick for 2 weeks, so.
Yeah. I've been up forever, but I went on an adventure this morning to get a prop for today's stream.
Exciting things.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
It was just me sleeping, so I didn't cough and have to deal with sore throat and runny nose.
Sky had to very quickly run out due to some situations. She'll be here. A husbandly situation, but she'll be back. She'll be back. That sounds like he did something wrong. Like,
yeah, it's very mysterious.
He literally just came home and
wanted
to tell him some things.
Nice.
Yeah.
How dare
situation. We're
yelling at him.
here for the.
We could make him come here. We should do
That's true. We could be like, Eric, you're now part of the stream.
You now get to make a drama with us.
We could do like a husband stream one day, but like Daryl would be like, he would have no clue what was going on. He'd be like, sure, okay.
Matthew would be so kind, and he would like try his best.
He would try
to participate. He would just be like, I don't listen, man. Like, he'd be like, honey, I love you. Yay! That was quick.
That was
like, not even doing Lucy's here.
Oh hi.
Yeah. Matthew would be hilarious on one of these streams, mostly because he'd be so kind, and he'd try his best to participate, but would be just, a little lost.
I think all three would definitely do that.
Yeah. Like Daryl would do his best, but he'd just be very. I have no idea. Like he won't. He's so tired at the end of the day from, like, everything is online on computers.
Yeah.
Reading. He, like, at night, he won't watch subtitled stuff with me. He's like, if it's dubbed, maybe, but, like, he's just like, I need to turn my brain off when I watch TV, and if I have to read it, the brain can't turn off.
I get you.
I'm like, that's fair.
Matthew leaves his office and just immediately picks up the most intellectual, dry-ass philosophy book you've ever seen. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't get the appeal, but I appreciate that that's what he likes. He doesn't get the appeal of what I like, but he appreciates that I like it. So,
I mean, we're all different. It's fine.
We have like a nice little like body doubling thing, like a parallel play situation where he'll be reading his tomes and I'll be sitting next to him watching gay shit. It's good fun. We all have a good time.
Right.
And speaking of gay shit, today we're here.
Yay.
It's Pride Month, which means a return of the BL Roll4Drama. For anyone who's
so excited
wandered in here, Max is here. Everyone, this is Sky's new child, Max.
Look at his ears; they're the best.
His big old ears. Look how cute he is. He's very friendly and very rambunctious.
Yes.
And also
he has things to say sometimes.
Yeah. He speaks sometimes. He'll talk. Yeah, give him oh, he gets scritches. Don't you worry, Lucy. Don't you worry. So it is a return. It's been a year since we've returned to the BL Roll4Drama.
Yeah, some of our best work, if I do say so.
The last time we did this, if I'm remembering correctly, we made an absolutely wild. No, last time we did this, I got a little confused. 2 times ago when we did this, we had a Mafia Omegaverse.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But the last time we did this, we had zombie lawyers. Be who you are. Live your pride. Okay. We had zombie lawyers with Mile and Prem. If it's all coming back because I hand painted a poster for it. This is all coming back to me. I don't even know where that would be at this moment. Otherwise, I would flash it up on screen. But I have updated our list. I've moved some stuff around. I've added a few things. I've added new people. I've changed what format of shows we have. specifically for what they make for BLs these days. I added an isekai to the genre.
Someone's calling me. I don't know who it is, so I'm not answering it.
Scam call. So we have good time. And as a fun little aside, I went out this morning. I got up early and went to the coffee shop and got myself a London Fog, which was a whole deal because they accidentally made a chai latte. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll drink a chai latte, whatever. And they were like, no, you always get a London Fog. You come here every Saturday and get a London Fog. You're getting a soy London Fog. And I was like, I want to drink a chai latte. Like, I'm
right.
I love when you have the people at your coffee shop.
It was my favorite girl on, and it was like a new guy who had like kind of made the mistake, and she was like, no, she drinks London Fogs. And I was like, I'm okay with it. But I had a delicious London Fog. And then I made my way down to the game store to pick up a special prop just for today. That's right. We have rainbow dice.
They're so pretty.
And Lucy, just for you, I covered the usual background sticker with Xenu. I knew these things were gonna happen. I also did pride nails. So
very pretty.
So yeah, so we got rainbow dice. We're hoping the dice are just
super gay.
The funniest possible choices is what I want. I just want. Get out. We need the funniest possible choices today is what we're going for, because we want to make something better than zombie lawyers.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, zombie lawyers was sick as hell, okay? And the Omegaverse Mafia situation was pretty good too. But we're hoping that we can outdo ourselves. An 8 episode, listen, D, it might be. We don't know. We're gonna see. Okay. Yeah. So let us just. Oh, right. Here's a little intro to anyone who doesn't know what Roll4Drama is. I forgot. We got distracted by cute dogs and just talking about nonsense. Okay. So Roll4Drama is based on a TikTok series that became popular during the pandemic called Roll4Sandwich, where a guy named Adventures in Ardia would roll a dice to pick sandwich ingredients and make either amazing or cursed sandwiches and then eat them and rate them. Mm-hmm. And so we have borrowed from this idea to make dramas. We're using it to make dramas. Omegaverse Mafia is basically Pip Pip. No, Omegaverse Bisexuals on Bikes is Pip Babe. But there is also, I guess Tony is kind of, listen, we're not here to talk about, or maybe we are here to talk about Pip Babe. I guess we're going to find out in a little while. So let us begin. I'm going to put this on the top. Yeah, let's live on the top here. Okay.
Hello.
So we have 6 options for what type of show we're doing. We have the usual an 8 episode, Yeah. And we've got a 4 episode miniseries, sort of like a like a teaser situation. A mini episode web drama. Ooh, those are becoming more popular these days. Then we've got a 16 episode, it's like a longer side, a 12 episode, the standard.
Yeah.
And then the 20 plus episode.
We could be the first persons to do 20 episode, right?
The mega BL. All right. I'm hoping it's between 8 and 16. That's like kind of the perfect length of. You're hoping for 12. You're hoping for 12. The perfect length of a show.
20 plus. You're moving into like hardcore licorn nonsense.
Yeah, but I kind of like think it would be funny.
It would be funny. It would be incredibly funny. So I've even made we have a lovely gay background, some gay yearning back here for our enjoyment. Okay, let's find out what we're doing. 2. We're doing a 4 episode mini. Okay. They can be long episodes.
That's true.
It can be long episodes. It's fine. Okay, next, where are we setting this? I've moved a few things around to add in a Noonas choice here at the end. So we've got the usual suspects. We've got an office. We have a school or college. We have the countryside, one of our personal favorites, the countryside. A beach, classic. A mid-sized town, a city, a small town, contained within an apartment complex, a hospital, a police station, the mystical, fantastical, or sci-fi setting. Or, on a D12, we jazz do whatever the fuck we want. You know, we just have a good time. Let's find out. Okay.
I kind of want beach just because it's getting into summer.
Yeah, into summer. Any other desires to tell the dice before I send it off? Well, it is a tie BL, so usually they go to the beach anyway.
Usually, right? Yeah. Like 4 episodes at the beach in the middle of the 12-episoder.
That's true, Lucy. It has been a lot of office.
Office dramas are big right now.
All right, let's find out. 10. We're doing a police station.
Oh. All right.
Interesting. This is sort of a new journey for us now. We have John. I have kept a lot of our classics and added in a few good times. So we've got the classic, we got a rom-com, we got the medical, we got comedy, we got supernatural, we have a tragic romance, we have a licorne, which for anyone who doesn't know is kind of like a soap opera, like a real over-the-top ridiculous one. We got sci-fi, we got fantasy.
Kind of like mahjong. Yeah.
We got thrillers. We got a police procedural, which would be a little too easy.
Putting it
That's
a little boring.
I think we can have some fun with it. We got the legal dramas. We got isekai. It's a new addition to the list this time. We've got revenge dramas, horror, historical in a police station would be. I could see ways we could make it work, but a little trickier. We got an action adventure. We got zombies, mafia, Omegaverse. Always hoping for that hilarious Omegaverse roll. And finally, we have to roll an additional genre. So let's find out what we're doing today. Okay.
Come on.
Now, the Omegaverse is back, friends.
That's so funny.
The Omegaverse. But
we did it.
These rainbow dice, they said, happy Pride, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, again. And then 6. Let's see, what is 6? So an Omegaverse licorne.
Oh my gosh.
Well, this is episode Omegaverse.
But licorns are like 2.5 hours long. 2.5 hours. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
An Omegaverse licorne set in a police station. The dice are being really
got jokes
good.
Today.
Yes. They got jokes today.
Nice to know.
Okay, so I'm not gonna read them all out because most of them, I feel like I'm the only one who knows who every person on this list is in this crew. And that's fine. So don't worry, for anyone who's not super familiar with tie actors' names, I will be making a little overlay with them at the bottom so we can figure it out together. But this is who our first lead is going to be, which means, yes, that's right. I don't do it by pairs. We making some cursed ghost ships today. All right, let's find out who the dice have decided we should be enjoying today. So first off, 11. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Let me just he's a good choice. He's a versatile actor. It'll be a vertical drama style licorne. You know what? Just wait till next month. There might be a new format added to the regular. Okay, so let me just, I'll quickly, before we get too excited about the next one, let's just chat amongst ourselves about.
So which person did you roll? I'm sorry.
I rolled first. You can just put first. Yeah.
First.
I will be pulling up his picture first in such seminal classics as Not Me. He was in Moonlight Chicken, Not Me. He was in
F4.
He was in that one that I really enjoyed.
He was in
the girls and
Wake Up Ladies.
And he's
in a lot of things. He's a GMMTV actor.
He's a delight.
He is very delightful.
He has the biggest smile. Like his mouth is half of his face, and so when he smiles, it's just everywhere. It's great. He's adorable.
Perfect.
Okay. Let me just
all the MDL comments are like, he's my comfort person.
Yeah, he's everyone. So I don't think he's ever really been in a licorne,
Well,
but
first for everything.
I believe in him.
Yeah.
I believe in his ability to.
We believe in him, so that's why we cast him.
Exactly. Let me just pull up his image so that people.
We're not like
familiar.
normal casting directors.
We are cool casting directors. We're here to just bring you new things. Okay, here we go. So we've pulled him up. So is it? Oh, okay. So this is. Is he like behind? What has happened? That's the background. I made a mistake. Sorry. I put him in the wrong place. I meant to put him in overlay. Put him in background. Delete. Okay. Ay vey, Natalia. You take 1 month break from doing Roll4Drama because of stuff, and you forget how everything works.
Oh my gosh! Look at Max right now. Sleepy eyes.
Okay. So this is who we're doing for the first lead. Okay.
Okay.
He's a really good actor. Handsome fella. Let's move on here. Let's just remove this for a second, just so we can go to now. Who the dice will pick to go with him, I think, will be possibly one of the.
Does
dice
he have a normal pair?
He does. He's normally paired with Cowtongue here, number 6. Okay, but he's also done with other people too.
Okay.
But there's some really funny options on here. So let's see.
He and June would be fun to watch.
That would be very funny because they were played kind of adversarial characters on the last show, the Heart Killers. Let's see what the dice have to say. 10. All right.
Okay.
Oh, very close. Okay, S. All right. Okay. This would be an interesting. Mostly, they're both at GMM TV.
Okay.
This would be a really, this would be a really interesting pairing. So S, for anyone who doesn't know, was recently in Thamepo. He's one of like the newer. He was also in High School Frenemy, which I wouldn't have known except that Jesse and I did watch 2 episodes of it for an episode that we did, and it was fun-ish. And he was like one of the.
He doesn't have a lot of credits to him.
Yeah, so he's been like a lot of stuff, but he just recently got his first BL role in Thamepo.
Okay. Well, look at us giving him his second role in a liqueur.
That's right. Listen, we don't believe in government. Well, we do believe in government ships here, but we don't believe you have to stick to a government ship.
No. You can have some variety. You can.
Yeah.
They're all young.
Very true.
Well, listen, some people on the list are less young than other people on the list. But I can see like a really interesting, so the 6 police Licorn.
Okay.
Police Licorn Omegaverse.
Well, we could do something like fun with the police angle. Like he would look
very good in a uniform. Yeah.
Like maybe they live like on top in the same building as the police, like there's like apartments on top, and so then there's like wackiness involved with that.
Or it could be like a like what's that the house across the lane or whatever, where they like are witnesses. One of them's like a witness to a crime, or like thinks they're a witness to a crime. Ooh. Okay,
you mean like
a window?
You mean like witness protection type thing?
No, like they think they've seen a crime, but no one believes them.
Like the Alfred Hitchcock one, where's
Rear Window.
Yeah, where you like see it and then nobody believes.
The one that I was actually thinking, which I think really just it's the one with Shia LaBeouf where he's on house arrest, and then he thinks that his neighbor's a murderer.
Based on Rear Window. Yeah.
That was listen, I'm not a Shia LaBeouf supporter. I think he's kind of a weird.
Well, yeah, he also
weird
really
negative.
Were terrible and like very abusive, like physically abusive to his partners.
That movie was kind of fun. But I watched it before I knew all that. Okay, I'm not a Shia LaBeouf supporter. Let's just do
it. Would be good for a Licorn.
It would be. Like the setup of that is good.
Okay. We gotta move. We gotta go on. I'm gonna move this to the side. Does that help? No, that won't help. Okay, I gotta take off the thing. Boop, 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 boop. We do have some tropes here. Some things that we have to include. I'm trying to get back to the overlay thing. Okay. Some things that we have to include We have to roll 3 of these, maybe 4 if we get a 20.
Well,
Yeah,
I was thinking that like the athletes one, the one guy does say on the MDL that he's a competitive swimmer, so it works out.
Ooh.
Yes, Est was. Some of these would be very insane to integrate into the story as
I think number 5 would be crazy.
But they
Number
all
5,
feel
that
like
would be a licorne.
very licorne.
Yeah, they all do.
Yes. Like
yeah,
they can
this works.
all
I
it
think
can all
Elvis.
fit.
Yeah. I'm actually
I
fine
think
with whatever
9
the dice.
9 would
Identical
be
twins
funny.
would work
yeah.
so well
Yep.
with, like the rear window concept, because he did see somebody get murdered, but that somebody is still walking around. But it's because they have identical twins, right?
So then he thinks he's going crazy. Ooh, I
Right?
like it. I like it. We need a good family is insane. That's true. That's like just the basis for a licorne. I feel like the funniest possible one would probably be taking care of a kid.
Yeah.
The funniest
and maybe
thing.
the most boring one would be loan shark death.
Yeah.
be like,
like that
whatever.
feels very on the nose. Somehow.
Yeah. So let's find out what we're doing today. All right. 17. Okay. 13. And 10. 17, 13, 10. So a psychic powers, loan shark debt.
Oh.
And then a love triangle or square. Ooh, okay. You know what I think this means? I think that we need to figure out, is it a triangle or is it a square? Are we adding a leg?
I want square.
Or 2 legs? All right, because that'll determine how many more people we get to roll in this bad boy. So I have here a D4. If it is even, it is going to be a love triangle. No, if it is even, it's going to be a love square because the squares have even sides. And if it's okay, and if it's okay. Let's
odd triangles, even squares.
It's a 1. It's going to be a triangle. I'm sorry to say, but we get to roll it once more because we also have to decide if we're going to be picking this next person off of lead 1 or 2.
Okay.
So, obviously, evens odds. We get what's happening here. 4, picking it off of page 2. All right.
Okay.
So who will be the third leg of our triangle? 20. Sorry, I'm okay. All right. 11. June. All right. Amanda has spoken this into existence. That is great. Let me add him to our. You know what? I found a perfect villain picture of him too. This is great. I feel like we're really.
Lucy says that cohabitation could be a witness protection program.
The witness protection. That's true.
Tyria style. Oh no, she says about June. I think.
Yeah. Oh, and by "oh no," she really actually means "oh yes." I know. I know Lucy. I know Lucy. Oh wait, okay. I've got a little update coming. Just got to export it as a PNG file. Why does everything take so long? Why does everything take so long?
I don't know.
Files. This is like the main proof that we don't pre-game this. Like this.
No, we don't. We really do just let the
all right
dice do what they want.
So here is our little cast of characters for us to
look at them.
Figure out. Very cute. But I think we're gonna be really having a good time with this. All right.
Oh yeah.
Let me 1 second. I think there might be. Is there something else that we have to do here? Oh yeah, there's some cliches. We have to figure out what nonsense in this 4-episode Licorn are we possibly adding. Let me move this for a second. We've got a bunch of real good ones. Okay, we got a random fist fight. Love it.
Yeah.
We have like the gay awakening, the part where someone realizes for the first time they're gay. We've got back hugs. We got the classic Truck of Doom that never gets deleted. That's just drunk shenanigans, nursing someone back to health. We have the beach episode, a real classic of the BL genres. We have the oh no, we've fallen and somehow our faces touched at the lips. A cute pet out of nowhere that adds nothing to the story. We love it. Sharing a very heavily product placement iced tea. Gotta pay for these dramas.
I like that one because I like iced tea.
Yeah. Creepily watching someone sleep. It could be creepy or romantic. Like, in reality, it's kind of just creepy, but sometimes they play it off as romantic. We have a scene that takes place on a bus for absolutely no reason. The bisexual on a motorcycle. That's always a fun one. Cross-dressing, a random white person. You get locked in a place. There's a fridge, a room, a car, something.
A cell at the police station.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
We have an inappropriate for the plot shower scene. Why are they showering right now? We don't know. A girl who's never met a gay man, and then of course an extra roll. So we got some options here.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
So 8. 2. 8, 2, and 19.
Okay.
Okay, oh, some real classic
Okay.
ones. Okay, so we have first aid.
The
We-
dice.
We got
They
that
heard
beach
me.
episode. We got
That
that
was
beach
so
episode.
nice of them.
Okay, so we got first aid.
And then the girl who's never met a gay man, right?
Yep, girl who's never met a gay man.
Okay.
I love it.
Where's the
And
first
I know,
thing?
and for like people who aren't like really into BL, that seems like a ridiculous thing to like include. But like that is
included at the beach.
listen. As soon as you see someone pick up a guitar in a BL, grab your finger for the fast forward button for your own self-preservation, okay? I truly think that the dice have tried to stump us yet again. So we've got a Police Licorne Omegaverse.
In 4 episodes.
In 4 episodes.
With Lone Shark
Oh my
that
goodness.
psychic powers.
Lone
Psychic
Sharks.
powers. That one's gonna be.
Yeah.
Shark, Psychic.
Love triangle
This
with
is
June.
something. Love triangle.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm going to have to hop
aid-
off for a bit, so I'll be back in a while. You
No
guys
worries, no worries.
continue
That's
as you
fine.
go.
Take your
I
time.
left the notes up there, so.
Okay.
First aid falls very easily into
Yeah,
both
like-
beach and police station. Right?
I'm not
Like,
worried about that
there's-
one.
That one's easy to throw in somewhere.
The like psychic powers, we could take that into our rear window situation, but like what he sees is a psychic vision instead of actually seeing it. So that's like why he like nobody believes him, because it hasn't happened yet for real.
Oh, I like
And like
it.
we could do something, especially in the very beginning, it could be like not like a full complete thought or something, so he's like trying really hard to figure out what it is, because he's only like kind of seeing something happening.
Seen like flashes.
Like he
of-
doesn't know where it is, or like maybe he doesn't know anybody that's being hurt, or like where it is located at. Like, yeah.
Okay, I have an idea how to integrate beach scene and police together.
Okay.
Okay, this could take place on like a little rural island town. Like they have like little island cities, little towns, and it could be like the one cop is stationed on this island.
Yeah.
town.
Right?
And
Yeah.
he's not the psychic one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The other one's psychic. We decide who amongst these, who comes to him, but like is like the town crazy, right? Because they're psychic. And
Yeah.
it's a beach
Yeah.
island. So it integrates beach and police and psychic powers. And then also everyone on the town is like family. So the crazy
Sure.
family of the Licorne is them all being like, oh, this guy.
Yeah,
This
they're not
guy
like
again."
actual family, but they're
Yeah.
we get our found family, but Licorne style.
Yeah, like don't believe this guy. Like
Yeah.
he's crazy. He's
What
And
if-
he has the idea, but then like he's trying to
Yeah.
tell them somebody's gonna die and everything. And then later the body will wash up on the beach, and it's like, oh, you must have killed him, right?
Yeah.
You knew this
Yeah.
person's
Oh,
gonna
He's
die.
the suspect.
And right?
Oh.
What if it so the person who can see is one of the main two, and the only one that believes him is the third. So that's how the triangle
the
happens,
triangle
because they're
begins.
the only one that believes him.
Okay, now I'm looking at this crew, and I gotta say it's really unfortunate for him, but the one with the most cop face is Est, the one in the
Yeah,
middle.
that's what I was
Like,
thinking.
he does have
He has
a
more.
little bit of a cop face situation. Not a lot. Just a touch of cop.
But First has more crazy psychic face. Like, he
Yeah,
has
that's what I'm
the
saying.
facial
Like,
expressions and
he
stuff.
could be the
He
better
really-
crazy character. Because, like, you know. And then I'm sure we can figure out, like, a role for Jung. He could be, like, the town doctor or something.
Yeah.
Who's, like, the only one who takes him seriously because he's like, okay, you're not, like, I did a round of psychiatric training and you don't actually seem that crazy.
Should we figure out who the person is that, like, is the getting murdered or whatever? Because we could tie them to someone, like, in a really significant way.
Do we want to just, like, roll another actor to be the murder victim? Because then we can just, like, go back and have fun little flashbacks.
That's true.
With the BL situation.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're back. We're back. Okay.
Well, because it could turn out to be one of their exes or, you know, something like that, right?
Okay, so first off, we're doing our usual. Is it from sheet 1 or sheet 2? It's from sheet 1. Okay.
Lucy says childhood friend of First and secretly loves him.
Yes. Okay, so let us find out who on sheet 1 is going to be our murder victim. Number 5.
How? Okay. All right.
Okay, let me pull them up. Okay. You know what? I like it. I like it. Let me find, and you know what? He's shown up dead in more than one drama before. So let me find, like, a good, like, a photo they would. I found a perfect photo that you would use for, like, someone's death photo. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. I got this. I got this. And then, okay. My computer doesn't got this. Okay, my computer's got it again. Okay. Image adjustment. I would like to make this him black and white, my friends, because he's dead. Black and white. There we go. Okay. So let me do this. Okay. Rip. We're gonna put him over here. Perfect. Okay. File. Save a copy. There's, like, why are there, like, 90 steps to export a PNG in Photoshop? It's fine. It's fine, y'all.
Whatever.
People who come to this stream are familiar with the way that this works. Shenaniganery. Okay, let's go. Okay, now I gotta upload it. All right. He's got a real sweet face, but he's also very sexy. So here we go. We have added Young Cow. He has died. The tragic death once again. Once again, the untimely demise. So Lucy's given some really good ideas because this was her first one. Was that it could be the childhood friend, but her second one was also a school bully, and that's more suspicious. Or, like, you know, someone, like, I think I like the tragic death of someone you used to love, you know, like the sad final.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen this man die too many times.
I mean, like, we could have him tied to every single person in that trio. So, like, it could be, like, the first love of one of them. It could be a brother of or cousin of the other. And then the other could have, like, worked with him or something. Or best friends with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they all have, like, a very vested relationship with them.
Okay, maybe.
But,
okay,
like, not all the same.
Something. Okay, so everyone thinks First is crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's psychic and can't control his psychic visions and has been since a child. That's a classic caper. What if Cal was his psychologist who went missing? And then the new cop could be how he's related. Like, new cop comes to town, right? Because he's like, I want to find out what happened to my brother. I feel like they could be brothers, looking at Est and him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they don't really look that much alike, but
You could.
fine. It's close enough, And then Jung could be like his ex. So it's like Jung gets pulled in as like, oh, we went to school together and we dated. And so Jung is also a little bit of a suspicious character, But
Yeah.
but it could be a little bit of a red herring. You know what I mean? But you know what else we have to keep in mind while doing this?
What else do we have to keep in
That's
mind?
right. We have to keep in mind that we also have plot twists, my friends.
Yeah.
We do have plot twists that we need to think about.
Number 7 would be wild.
Number 7 would be crazy.
Amazing.
It would actually be crazy. And I've added a incredible one here for number 20, which really would whatever
it would be
chat
Lucy says first.
It would be whatever Lucy says first. Number 10 would be the funniest possible one. Like just a very inappropriate.
Also with number 20, we should say whatever the chat says first, but like take that literally.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
It doesn't even.
Ooh, and you're like, okay.
Okay. Well.
Okay. So let us find out what the first plot twist that we're adding to this incredible drama will be. 17.
Okay.
Time shenanigans. Oh my.
Okay. We could do so the shenanigans part, we could like do something like maybe it's like the center point of the drama. It just like shifts back and then he like say something like it leads up to a massive thing and they're about to find like the killer or like whatever the killing being happened, and then it shifts backwards or shifts forwards like in a weird like time jumpy thing.
We could have it that it like we do all of the like story up to a point from like first perspective, crazy psychic, and then it goes shoom, and now we do it from the cop's perspective, right?
I had like something that came to me that would actually be genuinely infuriating, but also really on point, where you have all this and it's getting to like a really heightened situation, and then suddenly it swoops back in time because that was his psychic vision the whole time, and now he has to prevent it from happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kind of like 4 minutes.
Kind of like 4 minutes, except like
I was thinking, what if it dropped back into time and then everything changes? So the murderer changes, the like person who gets murdered, like it just keeps on like changing. Like
I just wrote a book that was sort of like that, and it was like every time the like clock hit, it reset and everybody was alive again, but then like somebody totally different would die, and she had to keep trying to
figure it out.
She didn't,
the butterfly effect.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like it would kind of be fun. Like each episode would be like first resetting the timeline, but getting progressively. It gets progressively worse.
What if the timeline is being reset because they get close enough to who the murderer is? The murderer figures that out and resets the time. So then, like something else, like he kills someone else. So they had like he's like cat and mousing with them. So they won't find him out, but he's still like accomplishing what he wants to do is like a murder.
So like the murderer
is in control of the time. Yeah.
Now here's the real question. Do we want one of these fellas to be the murderer, or do we want an additional murderer?
What I was gonna suggest is, what if it's Cow? What if he was the first murderer, but now he's like inhabiting people to cause murders, right? Like
we have one of our things is the girl who's never met a gay man. What if she's the murderer?
Ooh. She just doesn't believe gay guys exist.
Well, no, but what if that's her thing?
Huge homophobe. She's just a huge homophobe.
But what if that's her, like, so nobody like thinks of her as any way? They're like, oh, it's just like her. She's just like annoying.
Yeah.
Like she's like the stereotypical in a BL, that annoying character who doesn't believe that like the guy that they could possibly, but like she's actually the killer all the time. So that's why she's there. because she's like inserting herself into,
and nobody else suspects as they're
Yeah.
watching either, because there's always that
There's always that
random
character.
girl
Yeah.
side
Shit.
character.
and
And
she
you know what
gets
even-
to figure out what they're doing. She's
Yeah,
like,
and even
keeps
funnier
tabs on them.
would be she's not actually. She knows.
Yeah.
She's pretending.
Yeah,
like
the whole
she thinks
time
they're not
she-
gay, but she's
Yeah.
not actually interested in any of them.
no, and
She's
she knows
just
exactly
finding
like
shit out.
she doesn't care if they're gay or not. Like it's like, but she's like pretending like
Yes, because she's trying to figure shit
Yeah.
out. And but I feel like her like real like the person that she focuses on should be Est's character as the cop, because she's actually just trying to like figure out what
Yeah,
he
and
knows.
because they're the one that like would have the most like authority over everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lucy.
I like it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Mhm. I would have no clue. Do we have like a idea of who that female character would be?
Ooh, you know what? There's a lot of like
So many good
GMMTV
choices.
has such like a really good like selection.
Mm-hmm.
There was one that I was thinking of. Do you,
You know who
remember?
I could see would be the girl who the girl from whose heart in Thousand Stars.
Yeah, the one that I was
What her
thinking
name is
of.
right now.
I forget what her name is right now too. The one that I was thinking of was the girl who played the villain in Tanhan Chanlati, because she already has that sort of like annoying, bitchy, doesn't believe this. She's already played this character well, just like a bitchy rich girl who doesn't believe that her ex-boyfriend likes men now. And it's just like I feel like she could do a real, because she was so good in that. Let me see what her name is.
I'm trying to think like out of the ones, like maybe who's the girl who's the main lead in Enigma?
Oh, she would be good.
Let's see.
Enigma. Her name is
Grim?
Grim. Yeah. No, is that her?
It doesn't look
Yeah.
like her, but maybe it is. It's
Maybe
her
she
model
does.
photo.
Yeah. It's highly.
I think she just looks. Oh yeah, like Enigma was a couple of years ago, and she was so young. She's so young.
Yeah.
She was also in F4 as the best friend,
Yeah.
Okay.
and in The Gifted and stuff. Yeah, she's been in a bunch of like kind of thriller shows. Oh, she was. Oh, it's guest role. Never mind.
I feel like she would be perfect. To be honest, I like it.
Sure.
I like it. Let me add her to our collection, our rogues gallery.
Do we have Sammy is too sweet, but she could be there as a side character.
Yeah, Sammy is.
Maybe
you
it's
know,
another person who dies.
Oh, because she knows too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we all love Sammy, and she's on GMMTV now. We got a real like GMMTV lineup here. I don't think Cow's at GMMTV, but everyone else is.
That's so funny.
I think Cow's just a free agent. Okay, let me overlay, upload.
I mean, so far, other than the fact that they don't do Licorns, this feels like something you could see GMMTV
on
doing.
GMMTV, yeah. There we go. We have her in here looking. I found a photo that was like, yes, sneaky.
Oh, that one's a good one. Yeah.
Good photo,
Yeah.
I like this. This is like a fun twist, but you know what would be even a more fun twist? A second twist. Let's go, baby. We've defied the dice too much. I feel like the dice need to try to give us another thing to work at. 11. Envoys.
Oh no. I could see that being like the police
genuinely
boss,
the funniest.
You know what I mean? Like somebody from the mainland who comes in to check on what he's doing as a police officer, because there's too many murders and you're not wrapping this up quickly enough. So we got to come in and like figure out why.
Who doesn't know why Envoys is on here? Way back in the day,
my gosh.
This was still when I do believe Drama Fever still existed.
Well, it's the in between because
It's in
Drama
between.
Fever and non-existing, and
Yeah.
then like right after.
So we were Jesse, Sky, and I were watching 100 Days My Prince. Joe with Kyung Soo, and at the end of it,
Joy's here,
there's-
yay!
Hey, hi Joy. There's a very long, unnecessary plot line involving envoys that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just
and so it's become a bit of an enduring meme with us, where we'd be like, "But what about the envoys?
What
Like, when
about
will the
the
envoys
envoys?
show up? When will?"
Do you want me to
But-
do a rundown for Joy?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's like a good
Amanda,
time.
hit us.
Yeah.
So Joy knows
Okay.
what we are
So-
doing.
Oh, it's
Joy,
crazy.
we are doing a
Crazy.
4-episode Police Omegaverse Licorn.
Omegaverse, we forgot about the Omegaverse.
Oh my god, we
We're gonna throw that in
did.
there.
Okay, we gotta work that in. We gotta work
Okay,
that in.
that's good. Okay,
First,
after
as
this
a
recap.
psychic, first with the psychic powers, who has envisioned a murder, but nobody believes him. And Est as the police officer. They're on an island, so there's like beach scenes involved. We also have to figure out loan shark debt has to come into this.
Oh,
There is a love triangle with June between
mhm.
Est and First and June.
Mhm.
Our cliches are beach episode, first
Yep.
aid, and
Yep.
the girl who never met a gay man, which
Yep.
is going to be played by our lovely Prim, who we've also decided is the murderer.
Yeah.
And
she's
does
lying
know gay
about
men.
everything.
Lying
She's
about
just-
not.
She's just faking it.
Yes.
Our
We're
murder
subverting it. We're
victim
subverting it.
Yeah.
How do we
is
forget
his
Omega?
cow. That's why he's in black and white, because he's a ghost.
He's dead. He's dead. Yeah.
The
How
plot
did we-
twist, our first plot
I don't know
twist
how we
is
did that.
time shenanigans. So things will be reversing and new murderers will be happening. And our most recent plot twist is envoys. We have to add envoys. So-
We forgot. How did we find
The Omegaverse situation, which
forget Omegaverse? That was the best one.
right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, Joy.
We've been sitting here making a really good drama. That's how good it is. We forgot about
We forgot about
Omegaverse.
Omegaverse. Okay, but
It
now
was like the
we
first
got
thing we like rolled too.
Yeah.
okay. Because we were making.
Oh, yeah.
They got jokes. Yeah. Oh right. And yeah.
we could just give the death to someone randomly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, that
Yeah.
could be like the red herring. Is
yeah.
that cow had debt, so they're like, oh, maybe it was like a loan shark, like you know.
Yeah.
You could
Mafia
be
thing.
the like debt guy, the debt collector or whatever, right? Like
Oh.
that could be his like, and maybe
Mhm.
he's not a terrible guy, but everybody thinks he is because he's, you know, the stereotype of debt collectors. But he's like, I just give out loans. Like I'm just
And he's also
essentially
a
a banker.
He's also a beta because we got now working the Omegaverse. No, Jocelyn, Joy, not yet, Joy.
No,
It could
Not yet.
happen.
That
Yes.
was an option, but we didn't roll it. Okay. So now that we've remembered that it's Omegaverse,
Yeah. Now that we remembered our
I
I
assignment.
feel like we have to give everybody their
yeah. Now we have to
alphabetic
figure out.
Omega
Okay. Let's just
Okay.
work
standing.
from dead to alive. Okay.
Okay.
So, Cal, what are we saying? Alpha,
Oh my-
Alpha, Omega, Beta. He feels like a beta to me. I'm not going.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay. First,
Mhm.
that's an Omega if I've ever seen an Omega in my life. All right. And
I mean, I feel like cop is alpha.
yeah, I think we
like
gotta go
that's
Alpha just because of the the
the
usual
vibe, the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
shenanigans.
At
Okay.
least, yeah.
And June, I think we're dealing with another Alpha situation here.
Mm.
Because then you have to have like the two butting heads because oh, Lucy disagrees. Lucy says beta. Or who Lucy? Who's a beta, Lucy? Because there's latency, so who Lucy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even see that comment.
Doesn't even come
That's
up
how
yet.
crazy it is.
Lucy, who is 100% Lucy?
Lucy, who?
Lucy. Who is
Oh, the time lag.
Lucy, there's a delay. We need to know who's 100% a beta, Lucy. Oh,
Hello. Sorry about
Oh my
that.
god,
don't worry.
Sky.
Sky, you've missed a shenanigan and a half. Okay.
What?
I should have waited until Sky came back to do
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
rundown.
We forgot up until just now that the first roll we rolled was Omega.
So we're like scrambling it in.
Cal.
That's why I said I wrote it down.
Listen,
I know.
you were
Well, I
you
wrote
were
it all
doing some really
down.
great
We
stuff.
just
We
I've
got
been in the
to go
dock,
into the
like,
weeds.
yeah.
We've been really doing work here, and then now we're going back. Okay, so Cal, Lucy has agreed.
Okay.
Cal is she
Okay.
agreed with all of us. Cal,
We've also had
100%
time
beta.
shenanigans on
Okay.
our end.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're
And
we're now
Joy's
going
here,
back. Okay, Joy's
Now
here.
we're at a really
Okay.
great moment.
All right. So as it
Okay.
stands, we have chosen dead cow, beta. Okay.
Ooh.
Alive psychic crazy first, omega. Okay. Then Est and June battling alphas. We went real classic with our Omegaverse parents. Unlike our last Omegaverse one that we did, we did a lot more subversive stuff to it.
Yeah.
It was two Omegas.
I was just gonna say, looking at the picture, it would be kind of an amazing twist to do, like, basically the guys are all betas and omegas. She's an alpha, and that's why she's a murderer, because she can't be an alpha in this society or whatever.
Yeah, she's
some-
the girl
adding
who
She's
some-
got
doesn't
real
know
alpha
gays.
vibes in that picture. I'm just saying.
Okay, so Prim also an alpha. I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
Okay.
Okay, Sky, here's what you missed. We did some real crazy shit here. So we did roll a few plot twists. All right. And one was that it has to involve time shenanigans. And then we determined that what would happen is I think at the end of every episode, time would reverse, giving first an opportunity to change what happens, but continually making it worse every episode.
Yeah. We had also toyed with like maybe that like the murder changes because the murderer figures out the like that they're getting closer to her, and so they like change time and then like kill a different person, and then it gets weird. But like, yeah,
the murderer is this lovely lady here who also is pretending to be a bratty character who doesn't know gay men exist. And that's her cover to like throw off, you know,
and be part of the circle and like figure out what they know.
And then we decided to roll another plot twist, and the dice had real jokes.
Yeah.
Because they said your plot twist is envoys.
The dice know us.
The dice knew we were getting too cocky.
Yeah.
So what is envoys?
That's what we're discussing.
You're having to figure out.
That's what we were discussing till I looked down at my notes and it had Omegaverse underlined with a
Yeah,
star.
and then we were like, wait a minute.
Oh no! Whoops! We forgot the best part.
Envoys could be like, as far as the being set in a police station situation, if it's not really police procedural, because it's really not.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you get like, I can't think of what the name of these types of people are, but they're the police officers that they're kind of like the ethics committee a little bit. Like they go kind of get rid of corruption. Does that make sense? They're kind of like the heavy hammer that comes down onto just everybody. Like they'll go investigate the cops that investigate the cops. Whatever that.
The only cops I
Okay.
respect. The only cops I respect.
What
So, like-
well, this could be like added to like the fact that like we're in a situation where like it's a very small police unit. So
town.
like now it's like another city coming in.
Yeah, so it's like
a
another
larger
department coming in.
outside
Because it's just like,
coming in.
you know,
Maybe
Est
they
one
have
old dude
to
or whatever.
because it's actually maybe they come when the murder actually happens. Like when it's an actually like
Yes,
think
I
that
did.
they're like,
Joy.
oh.
I did cut my hair. Thank you. I cut my hair at home. So
Yeah.
thanks. I'm glad it looks nice.
Because I could see that where it's like, you know, Eston, it's just like Eston, like one old dude who was like the town cop for years, and then like there's never any murders. There's only like,
so that's why
there's only like 200 people who live in this place.
Yeah, this is like petty crime. Like we're talking about like kids stealing stuff. Like that's the level of crime in this place.
Fishermen fighting over
it's like stupid stuff
or something.
Well,
like
so especially those types of situations, and then you have like the big city really official cop person coming in to be like, you're not doing stuff right, you know, just kind of being a problem.
To throw his weight around,
just for shenanigans, because that's what envoys typically, it's like, why are they here? It's
maybe there's like
to be
new regulations, a new law has come in.
Like we're essentially they're usually there to deliver a message, but then they're there too long doing too many things.
And
like,
this also works out because then like if like maybe he starts to believe the psychic powers of this, you know, like the psychic visions that are happening, and then the police, these other envoys are here, and they're like now like questioning why this one cop is in his role type situation, because
like they have the authority to throw their weight around and be like, what are you doing?
I just had an idea that would really be actually wild. What if he didn't have psychic powers at all? What if the only reason he knows what's going to happen is because he's in a time loop, the time loop that we have been talking about? So it seems like, and he's being driven insane through this. So these 4 episodes are just a continuation of like this time loop that makes him seem crazy, but also psychic, because he keeps trying to change it.
Like so like the psychic powers are like almost like you as the audience think that that's what's going on, but it's not actually what goes.
So it's like
it seems like in the first episode.
This is so
when we see that it's a time loop, we start to realize it's not actually psychic powers.
So like for the first episode and the second episode, you're like, oh, he's psychic in a time loop. But then by the third episode, you're like, oh, he was never psychic. He's just lived this before and is trying to change it.
Okay, I really like that.
Because then we're really, you know, thumbing our nose at these dice over here. We're like,
Lucy brings up, but who will play the envoys?
This is a real good question. Now, do we want them to be like an older actor, or do we want them to be like a younger, youngerish
somebody?
I think we should have like older.
We could do like an actual older
cop,
or we could do what GMMTV thinks is old, and just be like, Earth, come on in, old man. And it's like, this man is 30.
Oh, it could be the guest stars of the like situation, like so the most popular. Our money.
Or just, you know, pull him off of the fishing boat and be like, Pod, you're in here now. Welcome. You have to take a break from fishing.
We're filming on an island at the beach. I can fish.
He can fish on his time off. For anyone who doesn't know, Pod is a GMMTV actor who makes like 1 show a year, and the rest of the time is just him posting pictures and videos of him fishing.
Well, this is what we should do. We should definitely just like make them GMMTV people.
Oh yeah, because we've
because we've already rolled all GMMTV
except
right?
for Cal. I don't think Cal's at GMMTV. Who?
Well,
what?
So like, but basically, we are currently making this at GMMTV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can even like if you're wanting to
Channel 3.
If you're wanting to have even more GMMTV like cameos, essentially, you show once or twice the big police station and kind of all the authoritative people. And you just leave them all in there, like.
You get some off-gun nonsense. And, yeah.
I see Off Gun would make a great Omegaverse show, but not this Omegaverse. Yeah, I just looked at Cal with Channel 3, so he's just a guest star to be the dead guy from Channel 3. GMMTV's special dispensation.
I mean, they always like it's GMMTV. They're always gonna throw like Needy in there, and he's fun as a like, you know, as an older. He could be the older cop who's just like, I don't care anymore, but he's, you know,
the jaded older cop.
But who would be fun as like the envoy or two that comes in and pretty much throws weight around.
I feel like an Earth Mix envoy would be actually hilarious.
Yes.
Earth Mix Envoy. I just
Like-
think it's funny. We're just like ship name Envoy.
Envoy. Like the both of them, they look like they could. They're definitely older than everyone else on this page right here. Not saying they are old. They are like
Still all younger
in their
than us.
30s, but like
However.
they're younger than us, but they are older than this collection of individuals. Let me just get a little nice. I'll add them in. I mean, oops, typo. So you could. Oh, here we go.
Okay, we did get everything else though, right? We're not forgetting.
I think we got
We
everything
could just
else.
have Pod in cast him as somebody who is a fisherman on the island.
That actually would be the funniest
be-
possible cameo.
Here you go.
Be the vision.
I have a suggestion because
Okay.
this is a licorn. I think we need to do another twist.
Another plot twist.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Da-na,
fair.
da-na,
I just think it has
So-
to happen.
So, are all of the ones that are listed really good Licorn level ones, or are there specific ones that maybe we should narrow it down to?
Oh no!
to
All
make
of these,
sure that
all
it
of these
hits?
could be on a licorn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like all of these out of nowhere. All of these could be on a licorn.
Like Sky, think of just like a mock John, like a very just
Okay.
really heightened, really weird. Like
Yeah.
things don't. It could look like a real life situation, but like just like a mock John does. That's like that would not happen in real life.
Mhm.
You know that's level.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
would like to
it
suggest
just-
that if we roll a 9, we should re-roll because memory of a past life seems
Oh yeah,
a little
yeah, I
too.
agree. Too easy.
That's not
too
going
easy.
to be a twist for what
That's
we're
literally the whole show.
Yeah,
That's literally
yeah.
the premise that we've put out. Okay.
Sure.
That's a 6. It was close.
Okay. Whoa.
A surprise parental
Parental
visit. A
visit.
secondary envoy.
I mean, you could combine those two things because that is a pretty common, like, you know,
Mhm.
like if the envoy is also,
Mhm.
you know, like a relative or something.
It could be Earth Mix plus another older man who Alp happens to be Est's father coming in and he
Yeah.
has a fraught
Maybe.
relationship with him.
Hmm.
It
What if
could be-
it's something like at the end we're getting to a point where we're like finding all the answers and like we like are finally at a position where like maybe we're like solving murder or like even preventing murder, like I don't know. But then the parents come and like maybe it's like I don't know, the parents of the murder girl and like it throws off everything and like it's now like nothing can be solved or they're even worse or you find out they're like of importance in some weird way that then like starts
Yeah.
everything over at the last second
If
and then like
she's,
that's
like,
how it ends.
The rich, like, daughter of the richest family on the island or whatever, and then the
Yeah.
parents
Or, like,
come back from
The parents
something.
you find out that it's a police chief or like someone like
Mhm.
what however it's like situated
Governmental,
there, like,
whatever.
yeah, like it's a top person and you're like this is never gonna end.
Yeah.
I do have a suggestion of who could play this person, and I think Lucy and Joy will know immediately who I'm talking about. But the hot dad from Naughty Babe, the hot dad. Let me just pull up a little image for us. When I say he's a hot dad, he's a hot dad. Okay, let me get this here.
But yeah, I like that twist that you were saying, Jesse, as far as like
Yeah.
all this work and all this effort, and then near the end, it's like it's not going to land because the way.
hot dad,
Okay.
Hot dad.
hot dad, the hot dad.
I
That
feel
somehow
like
deleted all my
that
other
winds
overlays.
up-
Me uploading that.
that leads you to like
Unbelievable.
that scene where it's like, no, we just have to kill her. Like, I can't bring her in. We have to kill her because
Yeah,
she's never going to jail and this is never going to end.
And she's
You know,
just
like,
going to
that
keep
kind
killing
of-
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also very Licorn. Like when you're like,
Yeah.
especially like with the ones with like the crazy family, and it's always like the worst of the family. Like nothing can stop them, and they always get like,
Mhm.
you know, these like wins all the time. And then you think you're gonna win, and then they do something else, and it's not and it plays.
And it's
with you.
like, you know, you've got that moral dilemma of the cop going, no, like I have to bring her in. I
Mhm.
can't just kill her. And First's character going like, if you don't kill her, I'm gonna be crazy forever.
No, no, like, but that could be the end of episode 3 is them catching her and then bringing it in and first thinking it's over. But then it sucks back to the beginning, and then he realizes the only way for him to get out of this loop is her to die, and that's the crux of episode.
She's the
And that could kind of be the dilemma of that last episode. But then near the end of the last episode, you maybe never see a murder happen, or like as far as them truly killing her. But like at some point, one of the main characters grabs a gun and like walks off screen, and like
she becomes the murdered, like the final murder.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
It's, I mean, it's also like a good ending to the love triangle. If it's like, they're all on a cliff or something, and June does the like, tackles her off the cliff, so and then it ends the love triangle and also the murder issue.
It just kills them all at once.
And it solves the like, the cop doesn't have to make the decision.
If it's something like throwing off the cliff, which is like perfectly acceptable with what like we're doing right now. Like at the very last second, you just see a hand grab onto the rocks.
But then you see the hand grab onto the rocks. But then there has to also so there has to end. I see how to integrate this. It actually ends. There's like a mid-credit scene of first waking up the next day and it being the next day.
Yeah.
And then the credits continue. And then you have like the hand crawling out, like covered in seaweed, crawling out.
And maybe like little blood. And that's when you're like, but you don't know who the hand is.
Right?
Too.
Yeah. Like, have June be somebody who like wears nail polish or whatever. And she always wears nail. So you see this like nail polish hand and you don't know.
You don't know.
Nail polish.
So it could be setting up for part 2.
Or is she
the pregnancy episodes? Omegaverse times. Guys. And then we can the hot dad can come in to be her hot dad.
Yeah.
So how did you guys like lean it? So I didn't really hear the Omegaverse aspect. So how did
we kind of forgot about it, and then we just decided who they all are in the Omegaverse.
Okay.
Well, one of the things we had suggested is that part of the reason why she is killing is because she is an alpha, and in this society, women can't be alphas. But
so she's like a genetic aberration.
So like she's got, she's got pent up alpha rage that she can't do anything with. Yeah.
And then of course you have like, June and S being both alphas after the same slightly crazy Omega. I feel like season 2 we can go more into the Omegaverse aspect. Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, that's always a good one too.
Because I feel like perhaps at the end of episode 2 or episode 3, the end of episode 3, perhaps you only realize you're in a loop if you believe you're in a loop. So until he believes he's in this loop with First, he can't remember the loop. But then in the 4th episode, after he's convinced that they're in a loop, he then remembers the previous loop. So sort of mystical situation. He's got to get his little Omega out of this loop. I tell you. I tell you.
This would be such a good show.
This would be such a good show. It would be crazy. Every time we do this,
you really do.
Every time.
And you didn't have to do any product placement.
No, it didn't
never
come up. It didn't come up.
Nice.
Like, listen, here's the thing. There would be product placement.
Absolutely. They're drinking Oishi in the
this is a GMM. This is clearly a GMM TV show. They be drinking the Oishi.
So what was the loan shark debt aspect? Who had the loan shark debt?
We put it towards the murder victim.
Yeah, we put it towards the dead guy. It was sort of a red herring.
Yeah,
the red herring. Like the guy's dead.
Like,
he was known to have debts.
Where, like everybody thinks that like that's why he died. But clearly
Lucy seems like she's cooking in here. Each time he and First kiss.
Oh.
Okay, each loop. Okay.
This is like Lucy. The slowest.
The slowest reveal.
Lucy, we're on the end of our seats here. We don't know. Yeah. Oh, definitely. No, listen, Joy. It would either be like the most incredible OST you've ever heard, or it would be Dark Blue Kiss Part 2.
Yes, right?
Everyone walking out of like shadows.
Dark Blue Kiss with the curtains and the walking through. That's very Licorn soap opera.
that is
opening, so
the Dark
would
Blue
be good.
Kiss is the most Licorn opening for like not a Licorn I've ever seen in my life. Why was it so dramatic? Like, you haven't seen it, but imagine just like the actors, they're walking out of like in a set, like a studio where someone has hung a bunch of blue drapes, and they just walk out from these drapes, and there's like most dramatic violin you've ever heard going. Yeah, you're wrong. Like, it is a pretty sick opening, but I feel like we would have to go that route to be like, this is dramatic. The day exactly the life type opening.
Yeah, for
These
sure.
are the days of the day of his life. What is it?
The multiple.
The day of our life.
The day.
Speaking of, we do also need to come up with
the
a
title.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's always the hard part.
Absolutely incredible 4-episode Licorn. It's bold. Trying something Licorns have never tried before. What if we were short? We'll dance to it. Yeah.
There's like, it's we can only have 4 episodes. Oh, they're gonna be 8-hour episodes.
Yeah, the episodes are gonna be like 2.5 hours long. Don't get us wrong. They're gonna be long ass episodes.
Yeah,
but
which works well with the idea of like the time shenanigans that we've set up, because it's almost
a
like
complete
you've
time
got
loop.
4 complete movies almost.
Yeah,
where just some stuff changes.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like at the in the first episode, you should not know this is a time loop until the last.
Yeah.
And then that means that like the beginning of episode 2, you can have a very brief like overview of this poor guy who's been stuck in this murder loop for such a long time. Sort of like, do you remember that Stargate SG-1 episode where he's like stuck in a time loop and is going insane, and he's like the dumbest one, so he can't figure out how to get out of it?
Yeah,
it would sort of be like that. Day of His Life is such a dramatic title. It is, but like, the alpha objection. No, I'm just
a new day.
New dawn.
Oh.
New dawn.
Hello, goodbye. You have a time in murder? Would I? What is this, a light novel, Joy? Like, I've been pulled back in time into a mysterious world with my superpower?
And I'm an Omega?
And I'm an Omega? An Omega stuck in a time loop? Call it time after time. No, but see, the thing is, I don't think if we want that to be a twist, you can't call it something that'll like give away the twist. Like, if we want people to be watching the first episode, and all of like the previews have to just make it seem like it's like a
it's just like something like
I wanted to like
look
look
in a small town, or you know,
like the thing about the ads is that they can't let you know it's Omegaverse till you're in it, a la Pit Babe.
Yeah.
Okay. And they can't let you know that it has a time loop, because then that breaks, that one, you get a little fun surprise that you weren't expecting, and 2, you get a little fun twist at the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Pit Babe had the boldest possible marketing strategy I've ever seen, where they just didn't tell you the most original part about its show until the day it aired. And people were like, wait a second, Mike, I know you're late, but you've actually missed
all of it.
How gay it was. I went out and I got gay dice, Mike. I got gay dice. I gave myself a rainbow manicure. We did the whole bit. Mike.
It could be like the name of the town or something like that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Cloak and Dagger. What? That's a big couple times. That's an actual. We can't call it that. That's owned by Marvel. We can't call it that. We get sued by Disney.
But something like that, like you could come up with something. Yeah.
Maybe like, I approve this gay. Thank you. Mike, did you hear what our show's about, or should we take you through the final reveal of this incredible?
As we're thinking of a title.
As we think of a title. Okay, so Mike and everyone who's just tuned in, Rainbow and Murder.
Or just Rainbow Murder.
So
Yeah, maybe this will give us time on the title. Yeah.
We were tasked by the dice to create a Omegaverse Licorn that centers somehow around a police station.
4 episodes.
A 4-episode miniseries Licorn Omegaverse. Already high order there. That needs to involve. We forgot first aid. Yeah, we can fit that in.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't even ask about it because to me, I'm sure that a scrape. Yeah. Ooh, Band-Aid. Yeah, okay, we're done.
It starts out with someone trying to resuscitate dead dude. Dead.
Yeah,
like it's simple.
Yeah. Okay, that has beach episodes, and also has a girl that's never met a gay man character. Okay. We also had to include a love triangle, psychic powers, and what was this last one that I can't read my own handwriting? And loan shark debt. Thank you. Okay. So, in addition, we had to include some time shenanigans, some envoys, and a parental visit. And we really did combine envoys and a parental visit. Yeah, Mike, there's always that one lady character that's trying to go after one of the main dudes, even though they're gay.
And they don't see it as competition. They see it. They're just like, that like best friend is always in the way.
Yeah, but you're men. Like why? How
or even they do know that they're gay, and they're like, but I'm a woman, so
but I'm pretty gay because you've never had the right woman before.
Yeah, it's just like, no, that's not. Not quite. So what we came up with, and these were who we were given. We were originally given First and Est as our 2 main leads. So this takes place on a beach island, a small town situation. Hello, Lizzie. Oh, Lizzie's here. Where Est has just been sent from the mainland to be the new cop because the only cop in town is retiring. Meanwhile, there's a town crazy guy that just suddenly went crazy one day who keeps saying that a murder's going to happen, and everyone's like, oh, that crazy first. He's like, doo-doo-doo. But then a murder does happen. A dude washes up on the beach dead. And oh no, everyone knows him. He's the local... Oops, sorry, door just slammed in the building. He was like the local dude who had loan debt. So everyone's like, oh, it's must be because of that. But first it's like, that's not why he died. That's not why he died. Also, First is an Omega. Just an alpha.
Just that little asterisk.
Because we really did an Omega versus very secondary to anything that's going on.
Forgot about that plot until way too long.
But the thing is, shows do that. They forget that they have this whole big
set up, and then they're like, oh yeah.
So at the end of the first, there's also June is also there. And he's also in love with First, and Est feels drawn to First because Est and June are both alphas, and that's just how things work in the Omegaverse. The only Omega in town. We love to see it. So then at the end of episode 1, you find out that First is not actually psychic or crazy. He is stuck in a time loop where he continuously tries to stop this murder from happening. And it just keeps getting worse every time he tries. So then he then has to pull everyone else into the time loop with him to try to stop this murder, where you then find out that the girl who's hitting on this hot cop is not actually hitting on this hot cop. She was all a shenanigan because she is the world's first female alpha who is also a serial killer because she's just enraged at her life. Taking it out. And also the hot dad from Naughty Babe and Earth Mix show up as police from the mainland to like cause problems. And he's also her hot dad. So she's also the daughter of a high up cop guy from a rich family. And that's the show as we've crafted it. Mm-hmm. And frankly, Mike, Mike, you ain't alone on the hot dad train, okay? Like when I was watching Naughty Babe.
We have a couple of title suggestions here.
Okay.
Last Justice.
Justice.
Ooh, that'll be good if his name is Justice.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I like A Day to Remember.
A Day to Remember is good.
Because it doesn't immediately make you think, oh.
No, and it has that sort of soap opera sound.
Yeah, and it like feels like you might be talking about the love, like the
day
two
that
pairing.
but them falling in love was what made it a memorable day.
That's
and
like
nah, my friend.
Yeah.
It's literally the only day. He's Groundhog Day. I like it. Both of these are great. Both of these are great. I really like this ghost ship we've come up with.
One more.
So what do we think? What do we think? Do we like one more day to live? That's pretty good.
Maybe that like that's good, but like maybe like you'll immediately go, murder show.
Yeah.
I like A Day to Remember.
I like A Day to Remember too.
And I still do think that the nicknames of the main characters, it can be like super overt, like Justice and like,
yeah,
you know, like something like listen, they often have like, you know, it's not as bad as it is in like Japanese dramas and anime where it's like the names are all just like
they're very
relevant to the plot.
You could have something like first character's name is like his nickname is Day or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like A Day to Remember, and you know that's just an added tee.
Yeah, like listen, like I've been watching Leap Day, and their names are Day and Night, and it's like very relevant to the plot. And their names are Day and Night. Joy was on the same level. Listen,
me and Joy sharing a brain cell.
It's like even on like Naughty Babe, the main dude's name is Kondiao, which means alone, which is a terrible.
It's a terrible thing to name your child.
He spends most of his time alone and feeling very sad about this.
Like a copying night.
No.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
yes,
Lucy, listen, this community really gets what's important about these dramas. And as I was posting, like, when Jesse had posted this earlier, one day a studio is going to be brave enough to reach out to us.
Yeah.
And be like, hey,
you're doing some amazing work.
Yeah, you're doing some incredible brainstorming work here. We've really run out of questionable MAME novels to make. It's like we're looking for something new. That we really
or maybe this is like in our future we're gonna be vertical drama makers, and these are all the vertical dramas we're gonna do.
Who knows? Next month there might be a new show type added to the to the list. Who knows? Wait, 1 second. It's a secret reveal. Secret. It's been hiding in plain sight all along. As always, this is the best.
I would watch it.
The best stream,
right?
Yes.
I feel like you'd watch.
We would do an episode on it. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we'd be like, oh, we just watched this crazy.
And we need to tell you right now, there's going to be spoilers right up front.
We watched all 4 episodes. It took us like 9 hours. They're long-ass episodes, but it's worth it. Joy, I'd watch your vertical drama, Joy. But Joy, I also, since I'm very familiar with Joy's vertical drama watching, because we are, in fact, incredibly good friends, Joy, I don't think the bar is that high for you to watch a vertical drama.
Like Natalia saying, I would watch this vertical drama. Yes,
I would watch any vertical drama. Like, social media would be losing. Like, as soon as they announced their first Est collab, they'd be like, oh, you...
What? We love you.
Joy, I'm the same, okay? It's not a criticism, it's just the way that we're similar. Yeah, social media would eat this show up. I'd like day and night, but night with a K. That's something.
Yeah.
So what's the third character that's like in the triangle though? So if
Mhm.
you have day and night, like what would be?
Oh.
It would have to be another like time related name.
Like
Yeah.
Oh.
Like literally, it could be anything. The name.
It could be something
be
simple like
anything.
Dawn.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
especially for like the girl character, like something like
Noon,
dawn or
yeah.
sunset or sun.
Dusk, maybe.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
They could literally just call him Time. His name could just be Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our friend
Yeah.
Time. There's an actress. Yeah, there's one named
Okay.
Noon. Yeah.
Noon.
They could all just, listen. It's Ty. Exactly. It could. My favorite thing
Could
is that like,
literally
when I'm
be
talking
anything.
about when I'm talking about Thai nicknames and people don't, I'm like, listen, they can be anything. And there's two actors who are brothers whose names are Turbo and Four Wheels.
Yeah.
They can be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Clock is so tight.
Well, and I always well, like it's just kind of like Bible. Like I always think Bible's a good example of like
Yeah.
he was
you
born
could
on
just do
Christmas,
whatever.
so
so
they called
duh.
him Bible. He was born on a Christian holiday. They called him Bible.
That was
Like-
I remember Three's Company, Chrissy. Her name is Christmas Snow
Yeah.
because she was born on Christmas.
Yeah, no, there's like on Forever You, it's a brother and sister characters. Their names are Easter and Christmas. And they go by Terror and Chris. Like it could be anything. It could be anything.
Yeah.
And I love, you know what? I love that. They've really I feel like Thailand has really expanded the possibility of what a name can be
Yeah.
Mm.
to everyone's name your kid
See,
Clock.
everybody was
I
making
knew it.
fun of Gwyneth Paltrow and her apple, but like she was
Hell
just
no.
channeling
She was-
some Thai situations.
So, question: do they ever tend to like change their names?
Yeah.
Like I didn't know if that
Yeah.
was
They're not
something.
official names. Those are just nicknames. Like they
Right.
have like the
And you
compass.
get-
The barcode. Barcode is at
Barcode.
GMMTV. He's
Yeah.
Some of them you will see, especially when they're like actors, if their nickname
Have it
is
similar.
too similar to somebody else who's already relatively famous, and then it's
Yeah.
like let's give that a change.
because
Well,
there's-
like,
we
In
always laugh
Korea,
about
I see how many names change, like even within the K-pop
Mm.
spaces and stuff like that, to where
Mhm.
just wondered.
because like there's 3 Earths, and one of them, Little Earth, also goes by Kuhart. So it's like you've got both, right?
Mhm.
Now there's Big Earth, which is Earth from GMMTV, Medium Earth, the Earth from 2 Moons, 2, and then Little Earth, the one who. This is not a spoiler. It happens in the first 30 seconds. The one who dies with Cow and because until we meet again in the first 30 seconds of that show.
Is that the show that you
Yes.
scarred me with?
I accidentally scarred you with. Yes,
You're
it
like,
did.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play this.
We were just trying to
like,
test some
what?
technical stuff, and I had been watching the first episode of Until We Meet Again, so I just click play on it, and it starts with a pretty graphic suicide scene, and Sky was like, "What the?" Oh, whoops! My bad. But yeah, I think we did it. We did it again.
Yay.
And every time
Proud of
the dice
us.
the dice think that we're not gonna get it. The dice think they're gonna get us every
Yeah.
time. And every
They
time
try.
we say, absolutely not.
Not
You
today.
can try. You can try, but you're never gonna get us. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. So yeah, this is us. This is another Roll for Drama. I love Roll for Drama so much.
Mhm.
It's so much
Our-
fun.
Our next stream is gonna be July 1st. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
Like, in case
It's
you're curious.
Normally, it's our coming up in July stream, which would normally be on the Wednesday closest to beginning of the month, but that's July 2nd, and that's
Remember-
someone's birthday. It's Sky's birthday.
So we're just scooching it one day sooner.
yeah. So it's gonna be on the Tuesday on the 1st. I'm gonna
Oh
try
my
guy
gosh.
named Menopause. Yeah. Sometimes
Wow.
the names sound nice. So that'll be our next stream. So that's next week. Not next week. The week after. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Not next Tuesday. The Tuesday after is our coming up in July stream where we're going to tell everyone what shows and K-pop comebacks have been announced. Yeah. So thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, this was fun.
We love having you here.
Thank you, and happy early birthday, Natalia, since this is her.
Yes. Mine's on next Friday. I'm going to the K-pop store to spend a lot of money.
Yay!
That's what I'm doing on my birthday. Matthew's like, oh, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I'm like, go to the K-pop store.
Obviously.
Obviously. All right. So thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you soon. We will be back. And also, we have a really fun episode coming out on Monday.
Oh, we do. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So, go listen to that on Monday. Also, we just had thank you, Joy. We just had a Jeff Satter episode come out.
Woo, Jeff.
And he
released some more.
Yeah, he did. He released.
You know what?
That's
Like the day that I posted that, I saw that it was like, oh, new Jeff Satter song. I'm like,
yeah, I was like, we did this.
Yeah,
we're really good at manifestations.
We did this. We did this. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.